officially started recording.
All right.
This is episode 1. No, look up here. Don't look at the screen.
That's what the fuck.
I was looking here. Alright. Sean.
Alright, so pretty much. Alright, you know, fuck this. We're just gonna fucking go. We're not.
But no.
We're not doing no fucking dumb shit.
We're just gonna
fucking go. What's up? This is Z. I'm Sean. This is our podcast.
There we go.
It's called Through the Whistle. We talk about sports, ranging from pro football, college basketball, college fucking whatever, it's pro whatever. You know? We do whatever.
We got a little doozy for the first one.
A little doozy.
Little
doozy vert. We got fucking. We're gonna be talking about NFL playoffs today.
As of recording this, it is the 30th of December.
At 6 o'clock
2019
p.m.
So Sunday games are all done.
Had a big day yesterday.
Monday. Is there any game tonight?
Nope.
Yeah.
Week 16's done, bro.
Yeah.
Or week 17. We're done.
Sorry, they all played on the. Yeah, they all played. So
everything's set. We're ready to go.
We have a lot of games to talk about. Mainly, I'm excited about Sunday night because that was hell of a game. But also a lot of coach firings, a lot of predictions coming your way, a lot of
information.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically it's gonna be a weekly thing. We just kind of do this shit regularly, so we're like.
We should have a third person right here. He's a fucking loser.
Damn.
His name is Mason Collins.
Go bully him if you see him.
Yeah.
At your local Walmart.
He should always be wearing some browns with a little ugly hat.
Fucking wrecked.
But anyway, moving on.
Yeah. So this is our podcast. It's called Through the Whistle.
It's very janky setup as of right now.
Yeah, it's really ghetto as fuck.
Good thing you can only see this way and not that way.
Yeah, because it's some illegal activity might be happening over there.
No.
Anyway, hope you guys like it. Whatever. If you don't, cool.
Nobody's gonna watch it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, we do this because we want to.
We'll just put it on YouTube and tweet about it. See if anybody would want to watch it.
Let's see if anybody bullies us over the internet.
I think we both have tough skins. We can handle it.
Yeah, we're all right.
I think we can do bullying sometimes too.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
fuck it. Let's get right into the fucking news, brother. So we got playoffs set. It's about time. I feel like the season's dragged on forever.
You think so?
Yeah, I feel like it actually.
I think it was just yesterday where like week 1 started.
Nah, bro. I feel like it took forever.
Ooh, can we get one thing out of the way?
What's up?
We are not biased. None of our teams are in the playoffs.
Nope.
I'm a Steelers fan. He's a Raiders fan.
Yep. Pretty sad shit going on.
Pretty sad shit.
Anyway, yeah. If there's anything that we have to say, you don't care really if you believe us or not, but we're very unbiased and we're very critical of our own teams. So
yeah,
you don't have to worry about that. So fuck it.
I fucking hate our offense coordinator. So maybe that's a whole nother talk about.
My quarterback's Bible thumping pussy. So
I saw your thing you sent in the Instagram group chat.
He's got the second most losses in all 6 years.
Behind his brother, David Carr. I didn't even know David Carr played.
Yeah.
When did he play?
Early 2000s. Like when the Texans were a team, like first became a team, he was the first quarterback they drafted.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So they were pretty ass.
But now he's going to beat him. I mean, because Derek Carr got a lot left in him. 55 losses in incoming. So
incoming. Longer career, more losses.
Yeah, so he's got a lot of dude, you telling me he has 55 losses and he's number 1? There's got to be a quarterback with more losses.
I feel like in the first 6 years of career, no.
But I feel like 55 is short, like low.
Yeah, because quarterbacks usually get fired, canned, gone, cut.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, yeah. I mean, fuck, we got. That's true. Yeah. I don't know. When I saw it, I was just thinking, I'm like, 55 is like really low.
All right, we're not talking about my quarterback issues. All right, we're gonna talk about the playoffs. We're gonna talk about these wild card games coming up next Saturday. We're gonna have the Bills taking on the Titans, or the Bills taking on the Texans. My bad.
And so we got...
That game is at 4:35
on Saturday. Yes, sir.
And then we got the late game on Saturday. It's 8:15. It's Tennessee at New England. Which is...
I think that one... I literally wrote on my notes, said good game.
Good game.
Very good game.
Yeah, look at the notes.
look at these little bit. There's a lot of notes up here, but I got some notes right here.
Yeah, so... Yeah.
And then we got Sunday. The NFC. We got... Vikings versus Saints, 1:05 p.m. And then we got, what is it?
Seahawks and Eagles.
But we can't have the sleep shit. Hold on. The computer just went to sleep on us, dog.
Well, it's your fault. It's your computer.
All right, hold on.
But anyway, as he's fixing that, yeah, we're gonna have a lot of shit to talk about today. We're gonna first.
Wait, we didn't tell them the late game on Sunday.
What are you talking about?
The late game is Seahawks Eagles, 4:40 p.m.
Whatever.
All right.
4:40 late game.
Hey, that's late game.
But yeah, that's
never.
That's the way. That's the way it's gonna roll, man. I think personally, there's a lot of good matchups. I have a lot of faith in a lot of these teams to make a lot of good games happen for all of us non-contenders to watch.
Can we just say, or can I at least just say, we thought about this idea about a week and a half ago or something like that.
Yeah.
So we don't know if this is going to be mainly about sports. I mean, maybe we'll veer off topic here and there about life.
I don't fucking know.
Or, I mean, we can just talk about whatever. I mainly just did this so we can just have a friendly time.
We have nice personalities. I hope you like us and give us money for stuff.
Yeah, so hopefully we'll see where this goes. I got some big ass shoulders. You see this?
Damn, Kyle, you've been hitting that?
No, I've been hitting nothing.
He's been.
Alright, so let's run through the division first. So you got AFC, you got Ravens at 14-2, the Chiefs at 12-4, Patriots at 12-4, but Chiefs won the tiebreaker, that's why they're second. Texans are 10-6, Bills 10-6, same thing. Texans beat they won the tiebreaker, that's why they're fourth. Titans at 9-7. So wild card Bills and Titans. NFC, we got
Bills and Texans, brother.
Well, yeah, no, I'm saying the Bills and Titans are the wild card teams. Sorry, I didn't clarify. And then we got NFC. We got 49ers at 13-3. Packers. The NFC is stacked. Let me tell you.
Fuck it is.
Packers are 49ers, Packers, and Saints all 13-3. 49ers are first seed. Packers are second seed. Saints are third seed. Eagles are 9-7. And you want to know the wild card teams' records? Seahawks is 11-5, Vikings 10-6. How the fuck are they in the wild card? But you want to explain why Saints are the third seed?
Me personally, I don't understand it, so I'm not gonna go into that.
Well, because the game last night, which we were talking about, the 49ers versus Seahawks, if the Seahawks were to win, 49ers would drop into third, Saints would be second. So that's why the Saints are in third, because the 49ers won. Yeah. And that was a wild last 30 seconds of a game.
May or may not have been another extremely blown call by the officials.
It was. It was very blown.
Dude, you're gonna get fined. Dude, you gotta calm down. They're gonna be taking your money if you keep saying. Shh.
What?
You can't be talking about the officials.
Oh, they're coming for us.
They're fucking sensitive.
They are.
They're a bunch of fucking pansies.
What happened to that one black ref?
Alright, we're gonna have to cut that out. Jesus fuck.
Where was should we just start at the top of the Sunday?
Just fucking go through the fucking games, brother.
So who do we have Sunday?
So basically this Sunday was pretty much a big ol' who's in, who's out scenario. There's a lot of ifs, ands, and buts about a lot of different shit to see who's gonna get in. And there's a lot of different checklists that a lot of fans had to get in, me included, and him. Yeah. So, unfortunately, that didn't work out. But
for neither of us.
What did happen was that the Titans got what was in their favor, and they managed to slip in. And
I think they were deserving, though.
Oh yeah, they were by far the best team.
By far
to get in.
I think if Steelers or the Raiders were to get in,
there would be
no offense to you, no offense to Steelers, they were not deserving.
We'd get destroyed by the Patriots.
So I think the Titans are the most deserving AFC wildcard team.
Yeah. The Titans will by far give the Patriots the best run for their money in that game.
Absolutely.
That is going to be...
And so, so the Steelers were out, obviously, because they lost against the Ravens. And then the Raiders, they didn't win their game to begin with anyway. Nope. So even if they had a checklist, they were everything was against them. Yeah. But so let's start at the top. Sunday started. We had. Hold on, let's look at this real quick.
And there was a lot of fucking real sweaty palms yesterday.
Yes, a lot.
Especially in the late
game.
For a lot of fans. The late game was nuts. I cannot wait. I really hope that they managed to make that the divisional or not the divisional round. Well, yeah, the divisional round. If Seattle wins, game, they'll be in the division.
But round. I don't know if that's gonna happen.
But I'm saying I hope it does.
Because
if we get playoff Seahawks with Niners,
because we got
I will be front row and center.
I think I'm front row and center for Titans Patriots. I believe in Ryan Tannehill.
Well, no shit. But yeah, man.
But yeah, the Seahawks against the Eagles at first, so they got to go through them.
Yeah.
And the Seahawks are playing on the road, but Seahawks have been a really good away team.
And the Eagles suck ass. Let's be honest here.
Carson Wentz has been pulling through recently.
Nobody from that division deserves to be in the fucking playoffs.
Are you kidding?
No.
Well, that's. I mean, okay. I don't know what deserving. Yes, but Eagles have really been playing pretty decent for the past 3 weeks. They've been pulling it together.
Yeah, well, Seattle's been playing good for a year. So.
Well, Seahawks also has lost 3 of their last 4.
Playoff ball is different, and Russell Wilson's a man.
Pete Carroll's the man.
Pete Carroll is arthritis.
But they also don't have many of their players.
No, Pete Carroll's an old man.
But they also don't have many of their players. A lot of their players are injured.
Where there's a Russ, there's a way.
Hopefully DK Metcalf pulls through for him.
Nah, whatever. Anyway, my opinion, that's going to be one of the best playoff games in general is going to be Seattle Niners if they get there, because the last 2 regular season meetings were crazy. I had anxiety, and I don't even give a shit about that whole side of the deal.
All right, so this is week 17. You ready? So we had the Packers against Lions.
Yeah.
That was another doozy because if the Lions were to win, the Packers would have gotten.
They wouldn't have had the first round bye.
Yeah, they wouldn't have had a first round bye. And listen, as much as people want to talk about Packers being good,
they're overrated.
They are overrated.
They're big overrated.
How do you almost lose to the Lions?
I mean, it's not even
Who's on their offense?
Everybody's hurt.
Exactly.
My main thing with that is the Packers. All right, so if we're gonna do this, we're gonna go in depth with each team.
Yeah.
There's been no fucking order to what we've been doing so far,
No.
but this is where it begins.
Yeah, we got notes, but that's just gonna go out the window.
So starting with Green Bay. Green Bay this whole year has been pretty much riding off the fact that their coach is a fucking genius. He's the guy. He's young as hell. He's a fucking phenom. He's the next McVay. Whatever. Say whatever you want. I think
if they had Mike McCarthy, they would be 6-10.
Wow.
I don't believe in Mike McCarthy.
Is that ironic because he weighs 610 pounds, or is that just because?
I just don't. I'm not a fan of Mike McCarthy.
Yeah, well, he's not in the picture, so we're not going to talk about it. What we are going to talk about is how Packers managed to squeeze through this year and get a first round bye somehow. Basically, that defense has a front 5.5.
True.
They've been running the year with a front 5.5. I don't believe in their secondary. I think they got one decent safety. Other than that,
hey man, their ends.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're part of the front 5.5. They're insane. Absolutely.
They are.
Is it Darius Smith? Like where the hell he come from?
The Smith brothers.
Nobody even.
Well, they're not brothers, but dude, they're both last names Smith.
Yeah, like I just pulled it up, man. Like what are they? 25th, 24th in the league, and then like rushing yards. Like what? That's not gonna happen in the playoffs, especially in the NFC when you got dangerous ass backs.
The thing is, like on offense, is probably where they will struggle the most.
Yeah, I mean,
putting up points because, I mean, you got A-Rod. All right, we get it, you know. Mm-hmm. But who are you gonna throw to if you don't have anybody to throw to?
I mean, plus we gotta.
Cobb is gone.
Plus we have to come to terms with the fact that Aaron Rodgers is not
Aaron Rodgers anymore.
Yeah.
He's not the discount double check guy anymore.
He is the State Farm cringy ass commercial guy.
Yes. Very.
And that's a fucking pussy move, brother.
That is.
That's when you started losing.
True. True. And that one didn't have like many ins and outs about it. Like, yeah, if the Packers were to lose that game, they would just not have a round bye.
Yeah.
But it didn't have like implications on other teams.
Mm-hmm.
To where like, you know, if the Packers were to lose or Lions were to lose, like stuff like that. But Lions have a pretty good future.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
They got what's his name, the quarterback?
Stafford.
No, not Stafford.
You're talking about the rookie?
Yeah.
Blow?
Yeah.
Blau, whatever you want to say.
But they have a pretty decent future. I don't know much players on their team. I really didn't look into the Lions while we were researching for this.
Because we're talking about the playoffs. I don't know why the fuck you keep talking about Mike McCarthy and the Lions for. You got some shit going on in your head.
I'm just going through the teams, brother.
We're talking about playoff teams, homie.
I'm just going through week 17 right now, and then we can talk about playoffs.
No, we're talking about playoffs.
Well, we got to update them about
week 17 is over. If you don't know what the fuck happened, go look it up.
Oh man,
I'm not holding your hand through that.
Bills lost.
Bills lost
against the Jets
because they rested their whole starting lineup.
True.
A lot of shit happened like that. We're not gonna. What you keep talking about? Week 17.
I just
what the fuck you doing?
I just want to update.
There is no updating. It happened. Right, you want to see? Go on ESPN.
All right, but like I said,
go get your mom's iPad.
Okay.
And look up ESPN.
All right, let's talk about wild card round then.
All right.
First game, Saturday, 4:35 p.m. Bills Texans.
All right. So, one thing I really kind of wanted to say to start it off was I did not watch very many Bills games this year.
Neither. Well, I watched one because they played against the Steelers. So.
Correct. However, my father is a huge Bills supporter, not necessarily a fan, but he really likes where the team's going, so he always talks to me about it. So I have a very vague idea of what's happening, and I know I'm very familiar with the players that they have. So I mean, I don't really know what their offensive scheme is, but whatever it is, it's working. I fucking hats off to Josh Allen.
Mike Singletary. They've been pulling through.
Devin Singletary.
Oh, Singletary. Sorry. Devin. Well, isn't there a Mike though? Isn't Mike Singletary Never mind. Devin Singletary.
Especially, yeah, man. What is Josh Allen, second year guy?
Yeah.
Singletary rookie coming in.
He's got a Hall of Fame running back with him, and Frank Gore.
Yeah, that's
pulling through the third downs. He's been taking a lot of third down snaps.
But yeah, Singletary's really come on late. He's been I know for a fact because I picked him up in fantasy and he really helped me out. But
another thing, their defense, Bills defense, they're ranked. I think second. No, they're ranked. Sorry, I think they're ranked fourth in the NFL.
Yeah.
Bills defense ranked fourth.
Very good defense.
Tre'Davious White, one hell of a cornerback, shut down fucking Steelers receivers all night. They only allow 16.2 points a game.
Yeah, I mean that's especially because when you look at it, you don't look at a lot of, and this is with the best defenses in history, man. It's with people who play as a unit and people who play without the individual statures. You know what I mean? We're not getting the Legion of Boom where everybody's going to the Pro Bowl and shit, man. We're getting down home working motherfuckers that are gonna come out there and hit you in the mouth. And
who just not there for the big contract. They're just there to try and win some championships.
They're going as a cohesive unit. And they're all young as shit.
They are.
They're all young as shit, and that's what is very. That's what Bills fans really hope for is a very bright future because if
they've had a shitty time.
A shitty time.
Let's be honest.
Shitty history. Yeah.
Then they got John Brown on offense. Him and Cole Beasley.
Yeah,
have been.
I was gonna expand on that with Josh Allen. I don't know how the fuck he's doing anything really, because he's throwing at guys that are the size of fucking sophomores.
I remember when John Brown came into the NFL as a speedster, just a go deep kind of guy. When he was playing again, I'm going back to the Steelers game because that's the only Bills game I've seen. He was running routes pretty decent. He's become a right runner. It's not just he's the go down deep gun kind of guy. And then you got Cole Beasley, obviously. He's a pretty decent receiver. They're all short. The whole team is super short. Yep, Josh Allen's the only one.
Josh Allen makes up for everyone else's size.
Yeah, he's literally isn't he 6'5"?
He's 6'5", 240.
Yeah, 6'5". His running back's 5'9". Cole Beasley's 5'10". John Brown's 5'10". So everyone's short. It's a whole a short class, and then you got just fucking Allen up here. But okay, now let's talk about the Texans.
All right, you ready for this?
Hop is an animal.
I was gonna say they're overrated.
Ooh.
It's another Packers situation, in my opinion, man.
You think so?
I really do.
Okay, but rumors: J.J. Watt's coming back.
He is coming back because he's a fucking beast.
That's what I'm saying.
J.J. Watt is a fucking monster, but he's not. He's not a game record.
I want him to go to a different team.
All right, can we just talk about the fucking team real quick? Damn, bro, you going 10,000 miles an hour.
I just got a lot of things running through my mind.
Anyway, that's so basically, in my opinion, this is me speaking. Not that I have any credentials, but I think that the Texans defense.
I don't think we have any kind of credentials.
The Texans defense is extremely overrated. They're very soft. They only have a few key pieces. You're not gonna win a game with a corner that's
Lost to
Pobo
Davion
level.
Clowney. That was your best rusher since you lost J.J. Watt.
Yeah, they're like
So,
solid front seven. Their pass defense is bad. Like it's just, I think they're gonna get tore up, especially in the AFC. Man, they're not making it.
Deshaun Watson's the only one that's been rowing the boat. He's basically him and DeAndre Hopkins.
However, Mr. Carlos Hyde
Yeah.
has been probably the most underrated back in the league this whole year.
Yep.
He's averaging like 5.5 yards a carry. He's a fucking beast.
Those three have been honestly carrying the whole team on the back.
Yep. They're
In all three different phases.
Right.
Offense, defense, special teams.
defense is extremely unclutch. It's just, they rank like
Can't get a stop.
they're ranked like high to mid 20s and all types in yards, scoring.
Can't get a stop.
It's ridiculous. And especially in playoff time, you're playing against the best of the best, and I really don't think it's going to get it done. However, this first week is a very good matchup for them. Their front seven is the strength of their offense or their defense, and the Bills are pretty not one dimensional, I would say, but I mean Josh Allen's not going to be dotting you up like Mahomes.
I think the Texans are very inconsistent. Is one thing about them.
Absolutely.
There's games where like they beat the Patriots.
Yeah, and then they lost to the Broncos.
And then they lost to the Broncos.
Yeah,
like you don't know what Texans team you're gonna get.
Yeah.
So that's why it's hard to like honestly predict like what's gonna happen.
Yeah. And I personally do not think Deshaun Watson's in the space where he can be
like I don't think it's built.
that guy. So,
yeah, I don't think it's built. So like if he had a system to where Lamar Jackson is right now, like how Lamar Jackson has his own system running around him. I think if Deshaun Watson had something similar to that, he could be a star, but it's not there yet.
I mean, he's a baller.
He's a baller, but I mean, he's getting them to the playoffs. But I mean, you're kind of wasting you're just wasting the year. Especially, it doesn't help that J.J. Watt, gets injured in like the second week of the NFL.
That's another half the league, man.
Yeah.
This is like you look at these guys that on offense that are superstars, and their defense are just look at Atlanta, like it's ridiculous.
So and I mean people can say they're wasting talent, but I mean you can't help injuries; they just happen. Yeah. So, but I think who do you think? Oh, can I just say Texans is 29th ranked pass defense, and Josh Allen, Cole Beasley, and John Brown have been killing it.
Definitely bringing the momentum. Yes, I agree. They found the stride late. And those three guys have been.
And you bring in Singletary with Frank Gore,
who can catch the ball extremely well out of the backfield,
and can mix the run and the pass with Josh Allen's legs. Don't forget about him. He has, I think he has 12 rushing touchdowns or something like that. So
it's gonna be.
It's like if again we don't know what Texans team we're gonna get. That's the main thing.
Yeah. So it's gonna be either really nice or really bad for those.
So what do you think the prediction?
In my opinion, I mean. We're doing scores too?
Yeah.
All right, we're doing scores. I'm gonna give.
And yeah, I think they're playing at Bills, right?
They're playing at Texans.
Are you sure?
At Houston, yeah. Because they got 4.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. So they're playing at Texans.
Yeah, so they're playing in the dome. I'm gonna go Bills. 27-20. Bills 27.
Very similar to what I had.
Yeah.
I had Texans scoring a little less because the Bills defense is insane. I had Bills 24-17.
Yeah.
So
which is very.
I think Texans can easily put up 17 points with Deshaun Watson and DeAndre Hopkins. I mean, you literally throw the ball anywhere near DeAndre Hopkins, it will just teleport to his hands. And I think I feel bad for him. But he's been stuck with that team for a couple of years now. Really have not given him any kind of help.
Yeah, I really feel bad for all those playoff berths. Really.
Okay, playoff berth, but you don't do anything with it. Like you got to get somewhere. You can't just keep being a wild card team every single time.
We'll see. It's all on defense.
But yeah, that's Bills 24-17. That's the first game. Then we got later that night. Which it is a night game, but for some reason, anyway, 8:15 Titans at Patriots. What are we thinking?
I mean, it's another case of the age, man. Like it's kind of nuts to think about, like especially if you're our age, to the point where you see these guys fading out. Like we grew up with Rivers, we grew up with Rodgers, we grew up with Brady, we grew up with, you know what I mean, like Ben Roethlisberger. So it's like it's weird to see them fading out and not being able to perform, and we're definitely seeing that in New England.
But let's not put it all on Tom Brady. He hasn't had the best help.
I'm just saying that it's not like
he's gone through so many wide receivers. You think it's like a girl doing porn.
Oh, okay. that was a stretch.
But no, the Patriots haven't had a bye since 2000.
Not had a bye.
Yeah, haven't had not. This is the first time they're playing Wild Card Weekend since 2009.
Little disclaimer: English is not his first language. Seriously.
No. So, but there's a lot that's been going on with the Titans. Who would have thought? Who would have thought?
I don't mean to sound like, I did, but like I really liked Mike Vrabel. I always did. I remember being.
He just seems like that guy that like if you do something wrong, like he's just gonna rip into you.
He is that guy, bro. I remember watching him when I was young, and my dad would talk me up on Mike Vrabel because he played for the Pats. He played outside linebacker for the Pats.
Yes, sir.
And they would put him in at tight end, and they used to catch touchdowns and shit
really?
too. Yeah, he was fucking nice. He would block. He'd fucking play both sides.
I knew he played
teams.
Yeah, I knew he played for the Patriots, and like I said, just from looking at him. He just looks like that dude, like you don't want to fuck with.
Or
like
it's the best way to say
you're not scared of coaches. Like if you've ever had a coach or if you've ever had like a teammate, you're not scared of them, but you just don't want to be on their bad side.
Oh yeah.
Like, and that's what Mike Vrabel seems like to me. Like you just don't want to be like you want to do good with him because I feel like he'll ride for you, but if as soon as you do him wrong, like it's just not gonna be good.
Yep.
So
and that forms that kind of respect and that motivation to the point where you see this Titans team playing the way they are. Especially late in the year, man. Like when he took the big old bowl nuts decision to bench Mariota, their guy, and they brought in Tannehill, the dude with history and how's it gonna go? And he made that decision confidently, and it worked out, bro.
They have won 7 out of their last 10 since Ryan became quarterback. And that's like, like you saw Ryan Tannehill with the Dolphins, like. Really didn't. He had a pretty good career there. Not honestly the best, but then again, Dolphins didn't give him much.
Only when he did not play is when they didn't do very well.
That's true. That's what I'm saying. Ryan Tannehill's not a bad QB at all.
Like we're not gonna run through the shit with you, but if you go look at his stats throughout his playing days, and you see when he played and when he didn't play, he's always been very consistent when he plays.
Always.
So.
And if you give him the right kind of weapons, which he has it in Tennessee, A.J. Brown, I mean, that's been one hell of a rookie. Derrick Henry, I mean, we all knew he was a stud. That man just looks like an absolute monster. Rushing title for the year. So, and like I said, you put him in the right system with Mike Vrabel being the coach, being the absolute monster. I think it will be a very good game. Damn, shit, I'm popular. But yeah, it's gonna be a really good game. And again, Titans only allow 20.7 points a game. I don't think Patriots are really gonna put that kind of number up.
I mean, they're definitely not gonna outscore you. You're not gonna see Brady throwing for 500 yards.
Right. And their offense has been a mess. Stephon Gilmore is the only person putting it all together on defense.
I would say recently. However, playoff Patriots. We don't have to talk about that.
I was doing my notes, right? I was doing my prediction, right, and who's gonna win.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, I really want the Titans to win. Not I really want to. Like, I think the Titans are gonna win. But then again, I thought to myself, why do you keep betting against Brady every single year?
Everyone does it.
Everyone. And then he wins, and you're like, shit, I should have not. So like, if I were to actually put money down, like right now, we'll do our predictions, and I'll just say it now. I think the Titans are gonna win. I'll tell you the set score in a bit. But if I was to actually put money down on we were betting, I'd put it for the Patriots win, because you just can't bet against Belichick and Brady. They just it changes seasons, and then you're like, what the fuck just happened?
Yep. Like
it's no longer December, September, October, November. It's fucking January, and then all of a sudden, Brady and Belichick just turn into a whole different animal. And I mean, we're not saying that because we're Brady fans. I mean, I'm not a Brady fan. But
I have respect.
Yeah, we both have respect for him. But we are just straight up looking at stats.
Yep.
Like stats don't lie, numbers don't lie. And January, Brady and Belichick is insane. So what do you think? What do you think about the game?
I mean, you pretty much said it all, man.
What do you think about the prediction? Sorry.
The prediction side of it. I'm gonna go. I think it will be a low scoring affair.
Yep.
I think it will be 17-10 Pats.
Wow, you're giving the Pats the win?
Yeah.
Really?
I'm telling you why I picked the Pats. I picked the Pats because Tannehill has an extreme lack of playoff
experience.
Game. Yeah. Yes. Like he's never played in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Especially against Belichick and Brady. Plus, you can't really people get this idea in their head because Tom Brady's the guy that Belichick and him are the offensive masterminds. And I'm going to tell you this right now. Belichick runs that defense. That is Belichick's defense. That is him. That is his thing. That's always been his thing. I don't know why people have this idea that Brady and him run the offense. He has nothing to do with that shit.
Okay.
He's a defensive guy, and he's done amazing things. And I definitely think that he's had some shit saved up that he's going to pop out in the playoffs.
January Belichick Brady.
Yeah, and because they've done this shit all the time. This is where they earn their paychecks every year. And I think that this year that whole Titans team is very young, a lot of inexperience, especially in this atmosphere in playoff time.
But we've seen that go right sometimes. You know, where they're unexperienced, but they just come out more blazing hot.
You've seen that shit against Brady.
True again. Yep. Can't bet against them.
Right. Like, I'm just saying, I'm not even going off that. I just think genuinely that I think that's what's going to happen. They're very young and inexperienced. The future's, there is no ceiling for the Titans. There's really not. If they get a few more key pieces, bro, like, they're nice.
A few offensive linemen.
Yeah, Vrabel's going to be nice. It's going to be good in Nashville. So, I'm going 17-10 Pats.
Okay. I'm thinking a medium scoring game. I wouldn't say necessarily low. I think the Titans are going to be winning the game, obviously. Like I said before, Titans win 2017. I think it'd be a close game. I just think, the Pats just on offense have just that little. They're just a little older. You know what I mean? You know, you got the Titans defense. That's, I don't know much about the Titans defense. I don't know who they got on their line or DBs. But I just think it's just that younger legs. I believe in Vrabel, like we've been talking about him, sucking him off. But I don't know. I just believe in him. But like again, we said in the beginning, a very good game. It's gonna be a very good game in my opinion.
These playoffs are pretty. I know, like every year, somebody would be like, "Oh, they're the best teams. They're gonna play good games." Like, nah, like there's definitely good ass matchups.
In the wild card, because usually wild cards are like always blow.
A lot of people
team that didn't deserve it just gets in because they were just in the division or something like that in a terrible division.
At Philadelphia.
Thank you. I was hoping you would finish it. But no, we actually have some pretty decent wild card games.
Yeah, like we said, the NFC's stacked.
We haven't even gotten to that yet. So but yeah, I have the Titans winning 2017. We'll see how it goes. We'll update you, next week. So
next week. Yeah, we'll go before divisionals, and then
so let's switch over to the other division. We're about 33 minutes in. We're doing pretty good.
Yeah, surprisingly. We bullshitted for a while too. That's pretty nice.
That's true. Shit, don't say that too loud. Shit. All right, let's switch over to NFC. First game, afternoon. We've got the Vikings versus the Saints at the Superdome. Run it back. Run it back.
Run it back.
Run it back. Man, that could be... I'll get one thing out of the way. I don't know if you've seen this. Dalvin Cook could not play. Dalvin Cook is questionable with a shoulder injury. But that's just putting out there. That's what I've seen reports. Dalvin Cook. So we'll just throw that out there. I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying Dalvin Cook's questionable. So, in the Superdome, I think that's like the asterisks, where the big ass asterisks you'll have.
Yeah.
In the Superdome.
Yeah.
I think if it was Vikings, maybe it could be a different situation. But they're playing the Saints in the Superdome.
Yeah, that's an extremely big factor. A lot of people do not give the Superdome the props it deserves.
A lot.
No one ever, if you hear people talk about, toughest places to play in the NFL, you'll hear about KC, you'll hear about Buffalo, you'll hear about Seattle, you'll hear about the Black Hole, in Dog Pound, but nah, bro. I'm telling you, Saints fans are different when it comes to the noise in the dome.
And I think it's different this year. Again, it's going to be a little more.
And it's
because
history.
Of history.
Yeah.
But also Breeze on what could be his
Final.
could be a couple final years left.
Yeah.
He's already 40 years old. We've seen Brady go. What, he's 42 right now, right?
Yeah, Brady's 41.
41. Okay, yeah. So we have like Drew Brees has like what, maybe 3-4 years in front of him.
Depends on how far he goes this year.
Exactly, but he's on his last breath. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he's on his last.
Like we said, the fade out process.
Yes.
So, however, when you do talk about those guys, Breeze has not lost a step.
Nope. Gotten better from last year.
Sean Payton has engineered this offense and put the pieces around him to the point where he can play through the age. Like New England did that a little bit, and they've had some issues. But the Saints have done it, and they have excelled. They've thrived in that.
With Drew Brees.
Right.
With Drew Brees, again, just like basketball, when LeBron gets older, you just feel like he's just like wine, just getting better and better. Same thing with Drew Brees. Like, he gets older, and just all of a sudden, like, 2 weeks ago, he broke the touchdown record? But that's like, him and Brady are like back and forth on that. But we don't care about records right now. This is a playoffs, completely different thing. They have had some kind of tribulations in the Superdome though, where they have just thrown up shitters.
Yeah.
Against the Rams, they have put up 9-27. They lost to the Rams and they put up 9 points to the Rams D, which was that game when
that early.
That was early. That's when Drew Brees got hurt.
Yeah.
With Aaron Donald and they've also put up a shitter against the Falcons D.
That's another team, though.
In the Superdome.
They have a lot of history, though. 9
points. They put up 9 points in the Superdome. Then they had that absolute fucking shootout against the 49ers. 46-48. So, they have thrown up shitters in the Superdome. But then again, Drew Brees
How many games has Drew Brees won in the Superdome?
Exactly.
So, there's, the thing. So that's the main thing you guys gotta think about is playoff time, playoff experience. Drew Brees lives in the playoffs. Like him and Brady and all these older guys, man, they've lived in the playoffs.
And not just so like we're talking a lot about their offense. Let's talk about their defense. 11th ranked defense.
Oh yeah.
So it's not like where they have their offense and that like pulls through for the rest of their sides.
Yeah.
Their defense is in there too. You got Eli Apple. I know that's like the only name I know, but there's different players on there as well. You got Cameron Jordan.
You got
that line is
extremely well rounded. A lot of
like okay, it's not like the names where like Jalen Ramsey or like Stephon Gilmore or like Tre'Davious White. You got players that rally around each other and just play out for each other. Like they're just dogs.
Yep, and that's one thing that Sean Payton's been able to really capture and always had in that on that team is the sense of family and the sense of togetherness.
We've all heard the Sean Payton stories.
Yeah, and the Drew Brees effect. Everybody plays for each other, and that's how football teams should be. An extremely good football team should be. And that's definitely a factor in how they have been so successful in recent years. And that defense especially, because there's a lot of dudes with some dog mentalities, man, and that shit. Even the stars,
and they might not be like
Jordan,
a known name,
Cam Jordan's a dog.
Yeah, and he doesn't get talked about much because you got the Aaron Donalds, you got the
NFC defensive lineman.
Yeah,
we're gonna go there.
So
Nick Bosa getting the dick sucking of a lifetime. Jesus
right,
Christ.
Absolutely on every single channel,
every
TV
platform
show that I
ever. Yeah.
So, but let's talk about the Vikings.
Yeah,
they could. So again, this is like another thing, like a Texans kind of team. We don't know what kind of Viking team we're gonna get. Very inconsistent. Very. They've gone up where they've beaten very good teams, and then the next week they turn around and just absolutely drop a shitter.
And I was about to say one thing about their offense is that they have transformed it to a very efficient, very Gruden-esque, I would say, type of thing. Very power run, very ground oriented, less flashy deep passes, more efficient dink and dunk, type of things, and working off the play action a lot. But like you said, if Cook's out, then that completely changes it.
Yeah,
that completely.
And Cook,
I
mean, before they brought Cook in, so they have Dalvin Cook, and he's kind of a two-way player. You have the strong runs, but you also have the receiving back. He's a very good receiving back as well. You got Stephon Diggs. Adam Thielen, I know they were injured a couple weeks. I know Adam Thielen was out for about, I think it was 3 weeks or something like that. So, they've had losses when he's not there. But I think if you get a fully healthy offense with Kirk Cousins, Adam Thielen, Stephon Diggs, Dalvin Cook, it could be a very good game. But then again, that's another thing, inconsistency. We don't know what kind of team you're going to get. And from what I've seen, I haven't watched much Viking games, but on their defense, it's hard for them to get off third downs. Mm-hmm. I've seen a couple Packers Vikings games and stuff like that, and from what I've seen, they don't get off the field on third downs. Like where they'll have like a 3rd and 9, and then they'll convert. Like stuff like that, small stuff like that, you can't have.
Especially in the playoffs.
Especially against a Saints team, to where if you get Drew Brees in a 3rd down, you gotta get off the field. You can't stay on there because he'll just keep. If he gets in that rhythm, Drew Brees gets in that rhythm with Michael Thomas and some of the other receivers. With Jared Cook, who's been balling out
especially coming on late, bro. I thought he was gonna be the main guy in New Orleans when he got there.
Right.
I saw him sign there, and I'm a Raiders fan, so that was a massive loss for me, and I was really absorbed in that. And seeing him go to there, I was like, damn, Cookie's about to ball out. And then no Cookie for like 10 weeks.
Nope.
And then
as of late,
in these last 6 games, he's catching one-handers. He's scoring 3 touchdowns in a game.
And then you got Alvin Kamara, again, just another absolute balanced running back who can go out into the receiver slot and that's and even take you deep. Go down the field, not just like a slant or drag route or an out route or something like that. Can absolutely just fly down the field.
Extremely deep on offense.
So
extremely deep on offense.
They've got Drew Brees has a lot of weapons. And I'm kind of like, you're just like, wow, he has all these weapons. What aren't they like 13-3? But then again, NFC is a very deep division. 13-3
with a lot of defense.
Yeah, so I think that game will also be a very good game, depending on what Vikings team we're gonna get.
Yeah, because you'll get the Vikings team that shits a brick and Cousins throws 2 picks.
I know you were looking up some Viking stats. What's their defense rank?
Defensive ranked, they are 14 in total yards. 5. They're ranked 5th in the league in points 4. So basically, the Vikings have been playing really good defense all year. It's pretty much dealing with the stacked ass NFC and their division. It's pretty much what has been the faulty at all there. But
and I think this could be big for the Vikings. If the Vikings don't make it out of this, what do you think Kirk Cousins' future?
Kirk Cousins, I think he's got a job. By no means do I think that he's gonna. This is a make or break thing for him, especially coming in. Was his 2nd year there? Mm-hmm. What'd you say? 10-6.
The Vikings.
Yeah.
They are 10-6.
Yeah, 10-6 2nd year in a system where you're just bringing in a quarterback. You know what I mean? Dealing with injuries too at the same time.
That's true.
Cook's been on and off since.
True.
Week
he's had I think it's a shoulder injury.
Yeah.
So I mean, people say, oh, it's not big for a running back. An injury is an injury. Like if you don't feel good, you don't feel good. Right. It's just like if you don't feel good, you're not gonna go out and do something. Like it doesn't fucking matter what injury it is.
Yeah.
If you don't feel good, you don't feel good. So, and that's the thing. It's hard when you don't have a consistent team to have momentum into every week. Mm-hmm. So you have Adam Thielen out 1 week, and then you have next week. You're like, all right, I'm gonna get everyone back. And then, somebody rolls his ankle in practice. Stephon Diggs is out. Or Dalvin Cook's out. You just have to have momentum, especially coming on into the last couple weeks. Last 3 or 4 weeks, you have to have momentum, build up momentum going into the playoffs. Mm-hmm. Especially if you know you're going to the playoffs. So
absolutely, that's
the thing with the Vikings. They've been very inconsistent. We'll repeat that word many times.
Yep.
But it's hard to not point that out, when they've been up and down.
Especially with the amazing front 7 that they do have. They have probably one of the best front 7s in football. Very underrated. Mm-hmm. Kendricks, Anthony Barr is a monster. Everson Griffin, that defensive line.
Those linebackers.
Their
linebackers are fast,
athletic,
very.
Come and fly around the field, flying everywhere, dropping back. Michael Kendricks is one of the best linebackers that can cover dudes in the league.
Anthony Barr, one of the fastest linebackers in the league.
Yep.
And they've just got athletic players on defense. Mm-hmm. But their offense is the only thing that holds them back.
3rd in the league in interceptions.
Yeah. and that's I think coming into. So I think Patriots are number 1.
Yeah.
I think
Bills are up there.
Bills are second, it might be, and then Vikings third, and Steelers fourth. I know. It's like the top 4 are very, very good.
Yeah.
On defense, obviously they interceptions, but in total, like in general defense, you got the line.
It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
But now, especially if they can exploit that strength in pass coverage, especially with the rush that they can get on an older Breeze.
Who's their number 1 cornerback? Do you know?
I do not. I know Trey Waynes plays a lot, but I think he might be their nickel. I don't know.
Again, Michael Thomas could be a very big factor depending on who covers him.
And the rush.
It's
literally doesn't... Like, the front seven's amazing. I can't say that enough about Minnesota. A lot of people don't talk about their defense a lot, but that front 7 is nuts. Go look it up if you don't know or whatever. Do your research because that's going to be something to watch out for.
And just hopefully their offense pulls through because I really would like to see a good game. But I would like to see Breeze succeed. I don't know. After that last year. Definitely going to be some heated games.
Breeze, I think Breeze has got a little chip on his shoulder.
Yeah,
I think Breeze,
especially the fans. I think the fans have a big chip on their shoulder as well.
I think Breeze is ready to go.
So, and I think the fans are ready to go, especially after what happened last year. So I think they're ready to come out, absolutely stomp the Vikings. We'll see if the Vikings let them. But what do you think? What do you got on that game?
I have a little bit of gap in my score. I'm going.
God, interesting.
35-20 Saints.
35-20?
Yes.
Are you just thinking that they're going to struggle on offense for Vikings?
Yeah, I think it'll mostly be the Kirk Cousins under pressure because
all game.
Yeah. I think that. The way that Dennis Allen does that with his blitz packages and stuff, and I think there will be a lot of red zone trips. I think Minnesota can move the ball. I just think that they're not going to be able to put it in the end zone.
Be efficient.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
when they get down to the
Saints
end.
red zone defense. I don't know what Dennis Allen does, but I've seen it many times this year. And
teams get all the way down to the end.
They get all flustered and they just don't know where to go.
You got Cameron Jordan coming off the edge. You're like, oh man, I got to look to my side.
Right.
And then
there's a blitz linebacker.
Yep.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh, sack. Nice.
So I have the Saints winning as well.
Yeah.
I have a little bit of a closer game. I don't know. I just kind of thought the Saints will come out blazing and they'll have a big big chip on their shoulder. Big shoulder. They'll have a big chip on their shoulder, but I think that Vikings defense, man, I just really think Anthony Barr and Michael Kendricks will really. If they have the days like where they come out against the Packers.
That's what I'm saying. I think we will get inconsistent Vikings.
Yeah.
You think they will get consistent Vikings?
Yeah. So I think if you've seen some of the Vikings-Packers games, the Vikings come out like they want to destroy the Packers. Mm-hmm. And I think if they come out against the Saints with their linebackers, I think because the linebackers will control that whole defense, in my opinion, Anthony Barr and Michael Kendricks, if they get that group going and having momentum for the offense and getting off the field on third downs, which I think they struggle with sometimes, I think they could be a really good team, and they will be a very good team. So I still have the Saints winning. Again, the big factor we talked at the beginning, it's in the Superdome, and it's hard to win in the Superdome, and so I have the Saints winning 27-17. So a little bit of a closer game. They'll put up some points, but I think again they'll get flustered. It'll be just too much. I think the Superdome is just super loud, bro. Yep. Those fans are wild.
Every playoff game's prime time, and we've all seen Kirk Cousins play in prime time.
If
I'm not adding him by any means. I think Kirk Cousins is a very suitable quarterback. It's just he's just not a very come from behind guy,
or do well under pressure kind of guy.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. But we got the next game. This is the one where I want to see one team win just so we can have the other thing.
Oh, you're talking about Seattle?
Yeah. So this is we got the Seattle versus the Seattle Seahawks versus the Philadelphia Eagles. 4:40 p.m. These are weird times. Like 105, fucking 8:25. Like it's just weird. But 4:40 p.m. I don't understand why you wouldn't just make it a late game so you can have more fans watching it on a Sunday night. But 4:40 p.m. Okay. Very hard game in my opinion.
What do you mean? In what way?
Listen, I believe in the Eagles.
All right.
I believe in Carson Wentz.
All right.
Not many people do. Everyone kind of doesn't think about him, or they think that division is ass, which it is. I wish every team that anyone rooted for plays in that division.
Yep.
But we didn't get that lucky. But I just think the Eagles are pretty good, especially as of late. They've been playing a little bit, kind of like pulling through, playing inspired team football.
Mm-hmm.
Good old John Madden football. So,
I mean, I definitely agree with the inspired. They've definitely come together and rallied a little bit.
I think they could have came up with a better opponent. Like if the Eagles wanted hope, they could have came up with like against the Vikings, and they could have had better hope of moving on. But we haven't gotten to the Seahawks yet, so we'll keep talking about the Eagles for now. On offense, you've got Carson Wentz. You've got a pretty decent offensive line. I mean, not the best. You've got pretty decent run blockers. Carson Wentz can move on his feet, so that's one thing that helps him out a lot.
Definitely the strength of the offense is going to be their ability to run the football. They have some really nice guys, especially when you're talking about Miles Sanders. Outstanding rookie guy, man. I watched him at Penn State. Big Ohio State guy here. I'm sorry. Fucking say whatever you want. I really don't care.
Fuck you, Clemson.
Wow.
Fuck that wet field, first of all.
Fuck that wet field. Yeah, what the hell?
So.
To the dome. Anyway. Yeah, Miles Sanders, outstanding guy. Do it all back. He's strong, fast, catch the ball out of the backfield. Very, very smart guy. And then Jordan Howard, very underutilized. Doug Peterson, what the fuck are you doing?
Jordan Howard's very
Jesus
good.
Christ.
Why would you get him if you're not going to use him?
I have no idea how the hell that you can even have that.
Fuck up that bad with Jordan.
You can literally give him the ball 25 times a game. He'll fucking score twice. Like, he's very, very underutilized guy. And then they're just real deep there. And they got big bodies on the line. You're big. You can move dudes, man. It's the NFL. It's just how it is.
And they're playing at Philadelphia. Again, those fans have been very
insane.
They haven't had the best year. You know, you go off winning a Super Bowl, and then the next year you absolutely just come out and not the same team. So you got those fans just want something. They want the same.
Yeah.
They're always thinking like, oh, how we go from 1 year winning the Super Bowl to the next year of absolutely.
Yeah, extremely passionate.
Yeah. So I mean, and it's Philadelphia. You know, you got 76ers. All those teams in Philadelphia are very passionate teams. And like I said, they've been playing some great inspired football as of late, as a team. I think they've been pulling through for both sides, offense and defense. I think if their receivers get a little more in there, I love J.J. Arcega-White. I think that's how you say his name.
He's a beast.
Bro.
George, dude.
I'm so glad you know of him.
Arcega-Whiteside? Hell yeah.
Bro, I'm such a big fan.
Bro, I watched him at Stanford. I'm big college football. I'm mainly college football guy. You guys will probably learn that as we go. I watch a lot of film. He's not, but
we'll get there.
J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, he struck me as a really extremely talented
big
dude.
guy.
Huge, massive. I thought he was going to definitely have to switch to tight end, but he did.
Big guy.
He comes
very
in,
strong.
Bro,
athletic as well.
He comes in fucking dunking on dudes with the ball, just absolutely Jimmy Graham and Mawson dudes, like young Jimmy Graham. Like
he's young too.
Yeah, he's
young superstar.
Young.
So
he's fucking nice.
I think he could be a big factor.
I mean, he's got to be. They're really. Alshon Jeffrey's on IR.
That is true.
Aguilar's a drop machine.
Yeah, Zach Ertz is
catches half the balls. Like you.
And I saw something to where he could be questionable to play as well.
Who?
Zach Ertz. He's been pretty injury prone. Look that up real quick. See if Zach Ertz is questionable. Because I could have swore I saw to where he was gonna be questionable. Their defense though, Eagles defense. What do you think?
Very inconsistent.
Very.
Another thing with that is.
Oh yeah, just looking at that, you see that second one?
More serious. Brandon Cooks.
Brandon Brooks. Out for the season.
Shit. Oops. That's tough. Is that Clowney side? I'm sorry. Sorry, Philly guys. Yikes.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Eagles defense pretty much very inconsistent, a lot of missing pieces. Biggest thing is the lack of presence at linebacker. There's no leadership. There's no glue. There's no Wagner. There's no Kendricks. There's no glue to hold it together, man. Everybody's kind of
There's no Ryan Chase here.
That's fucked. everybody's kind of playing individualized football, in my opinion. You know, nobody's really taking
not a team.
Yeah, nobody's taking
defense.
Yeah, nobody's really taking the responsibility of bringing the defense together, and especially with your number one corner out being Ronald Darby.
Yeah.
And Russell Wilson being the god of dots as he is.
The thing is, between both teams, a lot of injuries.
Oh yeah,
between both teams.
Oh my god, yeah, extreme amount of teams.
And injuries on both sides, insane.
I mean, that's in the league in general. I can't, and I've been watching football for like 16 of my 20 years live, man, and I have never seen as many injuries as there has been in this year in pro football. Like, it is fucking crazy.
Miles Sanders is expected to play.
Yeah.
That was one of the ones that was questionable. But, again, we said it is at Philadelphia. Seahawks.
Another thing with Zach Ertz is that I didn't know it's ribs.
Yeah.
Ribs are one of the most easily
re-aggravated.
Re-aggravated fucking injuries.
Because, I mean, it's tackle football. You're going to get hit in that area so many times. Mm-hmm. And Deshaun Watson experienced that firsthand last year. And he was out for a couple games. So, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. But especially when you're a receiver.
But yeah, especially with tight end, you're supposed to get in there.
Your arms up here a lot.
Yeah. Tight end, you get in there, you're brute force. You block, you run block, you pass block, you go in there, catch balls. When linebackers are just coming straight up to hit you, so.
Yeah, it's not, like I said, it's not, I don't know if I didn't see if he was actually going to play or not. I expect him to, because that's just how he is. I feel like he's going to do it. But just something to keep an eye out for, and definitely keep in the back of your head, because that is a very rough area to be hurt in. Not that there's any area not to be hurt in.
Injury. Yeah. Injury. Could be anything.
But it could easily be very detrimental. But, yeah.
Let's see here. Injury update. I actually didn't look this. I knew he was not healthy, but I didn't really look into it. Let's see. Brandon Brooks is out with a shoulder, so he's done for. Miles Sanders, he's got an ankle, but he said he'll play. Avonte Maddox, he was one of the ones that was injured as well, but he'll play. Mm-hmm. Zach Ertz is another rib and back injury. It's pretty serious. There's a report that he could be done for the postseason. But they said they're going to monitor him each day this week. He could be back, but
it's not looking good.
No, not looking good at all, because it's rib/back. So
that just means we might see some different looks, especially because, I mean, if you are
get some of the young receivers in there.
I mean, if you are Doug Pearson and you are seeing that you have this many issues going into this, especially with Aguilar being hurt, Jeffrey being hurt, Ertz being hurt, and you are having Arcega-Whiteside just came off an injury. I don't know what it was.
I think it was ankle.
But yeah, so you have all these playmakers out hurt, man. Deshaun Jackson, IR, he said he might try to come back. I doubt he'll be ready for this week.
I doubt it.
But, like, you got to try something, man. You got to move people around. You might see Arcega-Whiteside at tight end, maybe. Sproles is out too. Like, it's kind of...
Like I said, we said injuries on both sides.
It's not looking good.
It's an injury-filled game on both teams.
It's just that Seattle's a little more deep.
Yeah, Seattle, especially with the Marshawn Lynch signing and Russell Wilson being a god.
Talk about a clutch general manager decision.
Yeah. So let's talk about the Seahawks then, if we're talking about Marshawn Lynch. Seahawks, on the road. They've been a really good road team.
Oh, yeah.
Their record is 7-1 on the road.
Extremely good football team in general. I am a big Hawks supporter this postseason. I definitely think they will surprise people.
I even wrote it down. I said Russell is the GOAT.
Russell is the GOAT.
Russell Wilson
has evolved. He used to be...
It sounds like he's like our brother or cousin, so we're just talking him up.
Trust me, man.
Every year, it's just like he just does it.
Right.
Sometimes he just does it. You have the injuries for what? They're on their fourth string running back with Marshawn Lynch now could like 5 or 4, and he still week to week just does it. Week. Puts up points. We talking points.
Yeah.
Like 25 plus points.
It's a lot of Brady-esque type of stuff going on there, and especially because you football fans in general have seen it since his rookie year. You know, coming in, going to the Super Bowl, like who is this kid?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, Russell Wilson is absolutely
and that's
insane.
another guy you don't want to bet against. Russell Wilson.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He's coming into the point where he is that elite tier. Like, he's finally rose up enough to the point where he should be named with these guys like Brady, like Breeze, like.
And he gets and if he gets a little help on the line, gets a little help on the receivers.
Yeah, let's see if that happens.
I mean, we've all seen with with him and DK Metcalf. They just got that. He's just a big guy you can throw to. I think if they get him a couple more receivers. What's his name? Lockett. I think Lockett's just been dealing with injuries all year, I think.
Yeah, and then there's the whole fact that somehow the Seahawks managed to make the playoffs with being the most sacked team in the league every fucking year. I have no idea how that works.
And that's what I'm saying. I think if you get him a pretty decent, and let's give props to Pete Carroll.
Oh yeah,
Pete Carroll's a genius. I mean, Super Bowl champion. Again, every year just does it with the team that he has. And you got to give props to the Seahawks GMs as well, not giving up on them, not giving up on Russell Wilson. They've had a couple of seasons where they've just either made it to the wild card round and then just not, we won't go into those seasons. But yeah, they've been putting it together, and Russell Wilson is a GOAT who pulls through every single year.
Yeah, it's unbelievable, really. But yeah, so. I mean, I'll suck fucking Russell's dick forever right now if I just keep going on. But the dude's a fucking man. Like, he's a fucking grown-ass man. He's a fucking dude. He's made for postseason play. He's awesome. He's coming into that mentality where he's like, I'm gonna be that guy, and I'm gonna beat all these dudes in the postseason because I want to. He's basically getting that kind of.
I've seen a lot of people say too, like after last night's game with the 49ers. Let's just say one hell of a game. Oh. In the end, where you think Russell Wilson will become the GOAT and absolutely come through and get a game-winning drive, they get a little short. They shot themselves in the foot, in my opinion. They get down to the end there.
Yeah, the delay game.
Yeah, they get to that. They get to first and on the 1 yard line.
Like, and we were watching it together, kind of. We were on PlayStation.
We're on playing video games. The boys,
yeah. But yeah, seriously, we were in the party when we were talking about it because we were all watching it at the same time, and we were like, "Did they just take a delay game?" We're like, "Did they not reset?" The clock?
I thought they didn't reset the clock. I thought there was a clock malfunction.
Yeah,
but then I saw that little white flag come out, and fucking delay a game.
Yeah, but we are also not on the team. We don't know what the thing was. Maybe Pete wanted a little more room to work. I don't know if they had a play design that he
wanted. You got Marshawn Lynch. I mean, you really gonna fuck it up the second time?
I guess.
It
kind of did.
I was watching some shows this morning. I think they were saying that, and again, I don't think this is not my opinion. This is what I was seeing. I think they were saying that Marshawn Lynch just wasn't ready to come in, and so that's why that delay game happened, because they were trying to get everybody set for like the right formation and the right squad, and they just took too long, and the play call didn't get to them in time.
That could be a very valid thing to do, though, because he only got in the building 3 days ago.
Right, and he's probably been on his couch eating Skittles, and not moving and eating Skittles.
He was actually working out pretty well.
But it's the Seahawks, so they're like, oh, maybe they change. It's the same team. How he was there. But you change game plans every year. You don't stick with the same game plan depending on what receivers, offensive line.
Especially with a team that you play multiple times a year.
True.
The divisional teams you got to change it up a lot.
So, but that's what I saw this morning. So I don't know if that's 100% true.
Very valid thing that could.
But yeah, could be a valid thing. But yeah, very good game. I think the verdict out of that though is like if you sprinkle in just the right amount of like don't fuck up. Mm-hmm. Seahawks.
I think we all need that.
Nah, that's just don't fuck up. Just be good.
Up. Let me get that whole can in there.
Just don't fuck up.
Don't fuck up.
But yeah, I think they really could pull through. And that's what I was saying before we started talking about this. We could have that matchup again.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
If the Seahawks beat the Eagles.
As football fans, we all want that.
So
we need that to happen.
I'm sorry, Eagles fans.
Those two teams have a lot of shit going on. I don't know if y'all remember Mike Crabtree and Mr. Sherman, but yeah, there's a lot of shit there.
Sorry, receiver. But I'm just like I said, if the Eagles were to win, as much as they won, they deserve to go. I just don't think they could make it anywhere. You know, like they'll go past the wild card round. Like it sucks to hear, but like you just don't deserve to go that far.
Or we could just get fucking slapped in the mouth, and the Eagles could beat the Seahawks.
Shit, yeah, and then they could go against the fucking 49ers or whoever.
Dude, a little interesting. I look up the stats as we go through these teams, and I saw it was a little interesting one that the Seahawks defense is 27th in passing yards.
Damn.
But 5th in touchdowns. Defense.
So,
that means they give up the 5th least touchdowns, but the 27th, like...
So they get stingy in the red zone defense.
Yeah, they give up a shit ton of yards through the air, but they only give up...
How is Jadeveon Clowney doing?
I have no idea. I haven't been following him personally throughout the year, but yeah,
Damn.
5th.
So they get hella stingy.
Yeah, so they are 5th ranked in pass touchdowns, and they're 5th ranked in interceptions in the league. So they get real stingy in the red zone. They work better in a lot less space. And another interesting stat
that could be tough for the Eagles.
Another one is 4th. They are ranked 4th in the league in rushing as a team.
Well, now that they've lost the whole running back room, it's just like other teams where they need kickers. Fucking Seahawks are like, bruh, we'll get anybody. Just come run for us. I swear they've gone like through 3 running backs or 4 running backs.
Yeah.
So.
Ooh, I did not know that. Clowney only had 3 sacks this year.
Yikes.
4 forced fumbles. That's all right.
3 sacks? That is not all right.
He had a pick 6. No, I mean forced fumbles.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say 3. You think 3 sacks is all right?
I mean, he had where's his fucking total tackles at? He had fucking 31 combined tackles. 4 of them were fumbles.
That's pretty good. I'd say that's pretty good. Get that little punch in there.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. It doesn't matter. Postseason's a completely different animal.
Yeah.
Especially when you got Brandon Brooks hurt. They move around them defensive linemen all the time. Clowney play in and out.
Prediction time. What are you thinking?
Again,
this is at Philadelphia.
Yeah, so it's in Philly. I personally am gonna go Seattle 30. I'm going high scoring.
Okay.
Seattle 30, Philly 24.
Bro, we are so close. I had.
Bro, I think that Carson Wentz is gonna have to throw a shit ton.
Yeah.
Carson Wentz is gonna have to throw. Don't be surprised. Carson Wentz has 50 pass attempts, and or 400 yards.
Who is he throwing it to?
Doesn't matter. He's gonna have to throw it.
Yeah, that's true. I also had the Seahawks winning, 31-28.
31-28.
So
damn close ass game.
Right.
Why are games close as shit?
I just think there will be good games. Like I said, we always have every year where like you'll have that one wild card game where like, oh, that's a blowout. Nobody's gonna fucking watch that. This year there has been some deserving teams that are on the wild card round.
Mm-hmm. This is the main game. Like I know I said my Saints game was gonna be a blowout, but this one has the potential to be that also. However, the injuries kind of shake it up.
Injuries for both teams.
Yeah.
And that's what sucks. Like, I wish we can all just have a healthy teams playing against each other, because nobody likes injuries. Neither if you're playing a rival team or not. Nobody likes injuries. It just makes the game just a tad bit worse when you don't have your star players.
But it also shows your strength of your office and strength of your depth.
Strength of coaching, strength of players around you, grouping up together and just absolutely dominating.
Which, I mean, in this one, I'm sorry, but I'm definitely giving the edge to Mr. Pete Carroll.
Yes, sir. But yeah, that's both the AFC and NFC. Should be pretty good games.
Interesting.
I forgot what I was gonna say. I was gonna say something about, I can't remember what team it was. Oh, the teams that are having the bye: Ravens and Chiefs, 49ers and Packers. They should be all ready to go.
Aside from the whole, they get a week of rest thing.
That's true. And we've seen how some teams come back from a week of rest.
Yeah.
Absolutely rusty dusty. But
I think the team that's really going to benefit from that is the Ravens. Because they had a lot of key injuries going on.
Can we talk about Robert Griffin III? I know they beat the Steelers, but Robert Griffin III, he was killing it.
He's a baller.
He's a baller. He still got it.
He's a Heisman.
No knee brace.
Yeah.
He was playing.
He got the shit end of the stick so hard.
Yeah. He could have possibly had a great career.
I mean, no, he said this year he's like, I'm a guy, I'm the franchise guy. I'm gonna go somewhere and play. So don't be surprised. Hey, free agent. If y'all need a quarterback, call Robert Griffin.
Robert Griffin III.
He's looking for a job.
Can we talk about teams that didn't make it into the playoffs or the wild card that not deserving, but like
surprising?
Yeah, surprising that they're not in there.
So, surprising that they're not in the playoffs?
Yeah, can I say one team? Rams. 9-7. Again, NFC.
NFC,
yeah. Yeah, and it's just NFC. NFC's a bitch. It's just like in basketball. The West is an absolute monster. East is like, meh.
Yeah.
So, you have another team?
Not really. Not one that like I can be like, damn, like they definitely should have been in. I have a lot of surprise teams, so I'm not going to get into all that. There's a lot of teams that played a lot better than they should have. Ours.
Let's get into it quick. Yeah, let's just.
Yeah.
Don't worry about the time. Don't worry about the time.
I mean, if we're going to talk about our team, so we can do that.
Yeah, you can go. You can go first.
I mean, this is gonna be fucking weird. I hate talking about my team because everybody gives me shit about being biased.
No, fuck it. It's our podcast. It's our podcast.
Anyway, all right. So, talking about going through the Oakland Raiders season, I'm pretty sure a lot of people are a lot more in tune with what happened than they normally would be, and I will give that credit to Hard Knocks and the media and Twitter, and more specifically Antonio Brown's Twitter.
Did you see what he tweeted?
Yeah.
Recently about Juju Smith? Bro, that pissed me off.
Yeah. No more white woman.
That's his pinned tweet on Twitter. Like, what is wrong with you?
Crazy.
Bro, what is wrong with that man?
Anyway, we're not even going to go there.
That's a whole different 1 hour podcast.
Yeah, we should do that one day.
Just a podcast about Antonio Brown.
That should be fucking funny. Nah, for real.
We'll wrap it up here soon, but we'll just talk about these teams that are surprising.
The Raiders went through a lot of shit, man. So we're going through John Gruden's second year in the system. Derek Carr coming.
Still got 8 years left.
What are you talking about? His contract? Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Let me just ask you this real quick. Are you happy that you got 8 years left? Or are you excited?
No,
are you looking forward for those 8 years?
I'm a big Gruden supporter.
Okay.
I think he knows what he's doing. I think he...
Because I've heard some going through some Instagram comments on posts and stuff like that. I see a lot of people saying, here comes eight more years of hell, or like, get rid of him at 5 or something like that.
People have no fucking idea what they're talking about.
So I just wanted to hear from a Raiders fan. Are you excited for the next 8 years?
Absolutely, especially with the way we're going and the fact that we got Mr. Mayock finally getting some confident people, because that was the big thing of why we were bad for so long, was the fact that we weren't getting any good players. We weren't getting any good developmental guys that could come in, or good veterans that could come in and teach some guys. You know, we were getting old fucking Derek Johnson who needed a couple more mil to pay off his kid's fucking college or his baby mama or some shit. I don't know. No disrespect to him.
So you want just like young receivers that you can build a core.
Oh, not even that. Just
not receivers. Young players that you can build.
Yeah, more. Not even young guys. Like, I'm just saying, Mayock knows how to pick up
right
dudes that are productive.
Okay.
And we saw that with this year. We got veteran dudes and Perfect. Well, yeah, I'm not gonna get into that because I'm not gonna bother.
Yeah, that could be another hour itself.
Yeah, fucking. So like Richie Incognito was huge.
Yeah.
Coming off his weird mental psych break, I don't know what happened. He seems a lot better. He maybe found Christ. I don't know what happened. All I know is Richie's back. He's balling out.
I love that every time somebody comes back, they're like, man, I just found Christ.
Jesus.
I just found Christ.
Ray Lewis killed somebody. Nah, but like seriously, the Raiders did a lot better than I thought. Well, we were projected to win like 3 games. We won 8.
Yeah. After
7.
Antonio Brown,
we won 7 games.
The whole Antonio Brown fiasco.
Yeah, coming in without a number 1 receiver after Gruden already initiated him in the offense was kind of crazy, and then having so many injuries and so many roster changes. Like I don't know the direct number, but if you go in there and look at that, like how many changes and how many people were on IR, off IR, released, signed again. Like it was
many
crazy.
transactions.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And again, it goes back to you don't have momentum. You don't have the group going together.
Oh, yeah. And the whole thing.
It's like you take steps and then you lose a guy and then you got to take a step back to grab that guy that you've just now gotten to push him up to where you are now.
Yeah. And the thing about our offensive line barely played any snaps together. Like the starting offensive line hardly ever played. I don't think they played a full game together.
So everyone was just in and out.
Yeah, it's been either he was hurt or he was sick or you know what I mean, like
yeah. So it's hard to have that again cohesive unit to move together.
And they played amazing. I don't even know how many times Derek Carr got sacked. Not a lot.
But what did they end up with? What's the record?
7-9.
Okay,
yeah.
So the record probably doesn't show the whole team effort, but
yeah, I mean for sure, I'm not even gonna front like we're got this team. We're not. I'm not gonna front like we're the Browns coming into this year. Jesus fuck.
Yeah. That's it. Okay, we'll end it off on the Browns and we'll end off. But go ahead, keep talking about your Raiders.
But yeah, So just I don't know, just the sheer fact of like how much shit and adversity that we dealt with throughout the whole year, and the fact that we managed to win 7 games, especially with a 7-game road trip. They played 7 weeks in a row without being in Oakland.
Really?
7 weeks.
Damn.
That's when we went to London and shit too.
Oh yeah, that's when Burfict got suspended and everything, right?
Yeah, when we played Indianapolis. Yeah.
Can I just say something real quick about these international games? I hate them.
Oh yeah.
Get rid of them. It's just no point. You're just putting more toll on these players.
Especially when you label it as a home game.
Yeah, like
it was labeled as a home game for us.
So you lost a chance for another home game. Yeah. So it's like it's kind of I just want to be played in a stadium where you're in the U.S. You're either like let's say if you're either
not
home
even
or
in the
you're
U.S. but close.
Right.
Like play in Canada, sure. Go play in Mexico. That was fine.
Yeah, Mexico's fine. Yeah.
Like fuck, as long as you're. I mean, it might be a little rough if you're flying from Buffalo to fucking Mexico. That's a little rough. But
I no matter where you're flying to London, I think it will be terrible. You got the time change,
especially from Oakland.
Yeah, you got you're going like from place to place. You got time change. It's just I'm just not a fan of it. And like he's saying, that was counted as a home game, so you lose that slot for an extra home. Like what was that in your seven game span? Yeah. So you could have had like 3 games where you play away. You come back home in your stadium, and then you have 5 more games. 4 more games of away or something like that. Mm-hmm. So where you at least can go back home, you're all relaxed. You know your space.
I believe we had a bye right after that too, so we would have been home and had a bye, and then went and played. But we were in London and then had
counted as a home game,
and then went and played. Yeah.
So
I'm not even gonna front. I'm just saying I'm really excited. Rookies played amazing. Rookie class was fucking insane. I think anybody that knows football shouldn't say that. I mean, Jesus Christ. We drafted a fucking 240-pound defensive lineman out of Eastern Michigan, and he had 11 sacks. Like,
true.
And he's the fucking color of this wall. Even his hair. Like,
damn, that's fucked.
Fucking Mad Max. He's crazy. But yeah.
All right.
So the Raiders were one of my surprise teams. I was surprised. I'm okay with what happened. And yeah.
I think there's a lot of surprise teams. I'll go in the Steelers just like you just went in the Raiders. Steelers, man, you start out the season, you got a full squad.
Right, can we just say the fact that Mike Tomlin did everything?
Mike Tomlin's the GOAT. If I hear and hold on, sorry, let me get this real quick. If I hear another person put any kind of disrespect on Mike Tomlin, whether it's an analyst, a commentator, a fan, another coach, another player. If anybody puts any disrespect on Mike Tomlin, we're scrapping.
You heard it here first.
We're scrapping.
You're scrapping.
Like, okay, so let's put all the jokes aside. Mike Tomlin. Like, is insane. Like, you just can't diss him. Like, there's just no, just track record shows. And you could be like, oh, well, they didn't fire him, so he had to figure it out. They had to play right. And because, Steelers just don't fire coaches. That's true, but not many coaches can just figure it out. Yeah. Like there's just if you third string quarterback, come on. If fucking Duck Hodges got hurt, we would have fucking had Paxton Lynch playing. Fucking Paxton Lynch. But no disrespect to anybody. So again, we start out the season. Big Ben healthy, James Conner healthy. We got Juju Smith-Schuster, James Washington trying to have
a very nice signing, Dante Moncrief. Probably trying to untap that potential.
So, but that didn't go the right way. Nope. Not at all. Many drop balls. Broken fingers instantly out of Pittsburgh. But you had James Washington. Everyone was haunting him to have a breakout season, just like he had at Oklahoma State University. You had a really good backup in Mason Rudolph, and you had a really good defense, like an insane defense. I think it's like 6 first-round picks on defense. You've got T.J. Watt, Bud Dupree, Cameron Hayward, Tyson Alualu. Stephon Tuitt, he was one of the injured defensive linemen that just nobody thinks of. but he was one of our, I think, like top 2 leading sack leaders. And he got injured, but we'll talk about injuries in a second. We've had T.J. Watt, Cameron Hayward, Stephon Tuitt, Bud Dupree. Like, that line is insane. You got both edge rushers and Dupree. He was in his free agent year. Hopefully he'll get paid and come back. I think he had a great season. T.J. Watt, obviously, we won't even get to him. He's one of the Defensive Player of the Year candidates. That's another podcast we'll talk about.
Actually, next week, or next episode, I don't know when we'll record it, but you'll see it next week, is we're going to go through and do the NFL awards for our picks and probably our picks and then the most probable picks.
Yeah. What it will
I guarantee you it'll be different. But.
Yeah. But, the only downside was our DBs. And then halfway through the season, we fucking what a great pickup in Minkah Fitzpatrick. Completely turned the whole defense around. Joe Hayden started balling out. Joe Hayden was getting like open field tackles. Like everyone,
crazy.
I know everyone.
That's just great.
Everyone's like, oh, Joe Hayden's not a tackler. He's losing his mojo. He's losing his talent. Absolutely balled out for us. I think he had like 8 picks himself, or something crazy like that. Minkah Fitzpatrick absolutely held down the safety, and he played some DB. So our defense was stacked. There was no ifs and or buts about it. Our defense was supposed to ball out, and they did. We had a few injuries. Stephon Tuitt, I think it was like 3rd week or something like that. He got pectoral injury, just like J.J. Watt. He was gone for the season. And so then we had T.J. Watt. Again, it's not like we lost like the whole line. We had T.J. Watt, Bud Dupree, Cameron Hayward, and Tyson Alualu, and then we had a couple of rotation players. Then we had Joe Hayden, Steven Nelson, bro, lockdown. I think like through the first 10 weeks, he was like the top 3 in like cornerbacks of like absolutely just pass deflections and like not many passes completed on him or something like that. Yeah. So Joe Hayden, Steven Nelson, Minkah Fitzpatrick, Terrell Edmonds, they were all holding it down on the DBs and safety. Just the offense. Offense was a complete shit show through the whole year. Big Ben got hurt. That was, you start here, and then Big Ben gets hurt, and then you instantly just drop down. Like, that's our guy. We lost Le'Veon Bell, we lost Antonio Brown, so those were like our two safety blankets, I guess you could say.
Especially off recent years and trying to learn and adapt without them.
Right, and everyone thought Juju Smith could be a number 1 receiver, which I think he can. He was out for most of the season.
There's a lot of shit swirling around about Juju, and
everyone was talking about his commitment.
Yeah.
Halfway through the season, he got injured with knee injury and then a concussion. I think I can't remember what team they hit him, but he had concussion, then the knee, and then there was rumors coming out about that he's not trying to come back. Like, he's not working hard every day to rehabilitate his knee and come back. So that was like one big thing that stopped him or like Steelers fans from like kind of enjoying Juju Smith-Schuster. That was one big rumor, but we lose Big Ben, James Conner in and out constantly all year. Juju Smith in and out constantly all year. Breakout star Deontay Johnson, what a hell of a player from Toledo. It's not big, not tall, not fat. He's decently fast. He had a punt return. That's like the first one we've had since like 2014. And then we go through these quarterbacks. We had Mason Rudolph start. He was doing all right.
However, the thing is with Pittsburgh fans is that y'all need to be happy with what you have.
Right.
Because there is a lot of fucking potential on that team.
Exactly.
And with a dude like Tomlin, he can sift through it.
Exactly. We ended the season 8-8. Like, no, if you saw all the injuries, like you listed them on paper, you listed the team on paper, the offensive team on paper. Again, I don't talk about defense because that defense is supposed to produce, and it did produce, and that's why we won 8 games. But the offense is the main like point where like, oh, that's why the Steelers lost. And so like if you put all the injuries in that roster on paper, you're like, they're not winning. There's no way they're winning. We had an insane line. That line is super good. I don't care what anybody says.
If you showed somebody the offense on paper for like week 14, but like at week 1 you showed it to them and they'd be like, is that boy's name Duck?
Yeah. It's like Duck Hodges. Like, come on. Like, but They all fought. Mike Tomlin is the reason they all fought. That dude's an absolute god. He's a G.
I will forever be behind that. I'm not even a Steelers supporter by any means. In fact,
none of my friends are.
I actually usually hate the Steelers fan base.
And I got friends that like the Bengals and Browns, and they always hate the Steelers. But even they have respect for Mike Tomlin because, like I said, what he was able to do, what he's been able to do with the team. But we'll wrap this up quickly here. We're almost at an hour 25 already. So, one hell of a season for the Steelers. It's not like they surprised me. They were 8-8. I thought they were going to do good, but all the injuries you don't predict for all those. So after the injuries, everyone's like, oh, they're only going to get 4 wins, 5 wins, and then all of a sudden they start popping. I think we were on a 4-game winning streak. Just start popping them out, and the defense was obviously the main contributor. We had many pick sixes, many forced fumbles, and turn into points. I think we had great players. Everyone stepped up, but I'm kind of glad we're not in the playoffs, as bad as that sounds. Kind of just want to
mostly to rest.
I just kind of want to rehabilitate and then
on the next
exactly, and especially with Mike Tomlin now having so much time, not playing, having to worry about a wild card game. So
and especially now, like the thing is with most Steelers fans, I don't know about you personally, but the quarterback position is not one that you need to worry about.
No, at least not for right now.
No, I mean if you keep bringing in people and be that constant rotating team, the Browns, and you keep on bringing these new guys in here and shit keeps happening, they're not going to develop. You need to keep the guys you got, make them fight in camp for the backup job, obviously, because I think Ben's going to be your guy. But
yeah. And there was rumors he was saying like he could be back better than ever next year and stuff like that, and I hope so. I like Big Ben. He's been. There's obviously everyone hates him because of what he did in his past, but we're not going to get into that. As a football player, let's talk about a football player. He's pretty good.
They pretty much be content on that situation. Focus your draft ideas on other spots because I seriously doubt they'll take a quarterback.
Yeah. So, but that is mainly it.
We're at an hour 26.
Hour 26. We were actually texting each other before this, seeing if this would honestly turn into an hour, and I'm honestly surprised that we were able to pull it through.
We did pretty good.
We did pretty good.
Before we even got on our topics, it was pretty like around an hour 10.
That is true. I just want to touch up on one last thing. The leaders for this season, the passing leader, Jameis Winston, 5,109.
Or do you want to put that?
I'll just add that.
Let's do it next week. We're at the awards and shit.
Okay. You're right. Is that? You didn't hear that?
Yeah, but Jameis Winston had 30 picks.
30 touchdowns. Dude, did you see? Okay, hold on. This is as if it's happening.
Mr. Arians?
Dude. Talk about throwing him under the bus.
I wouldn't say he threw him on the bus. He's just speaking facts. If you can win with a quarterback who throws 30 picks in a season, you can win with any other quarterback. So, okay, I see what you're saying. But can you see where, somebody else could take that so wrong? Oh, yeah. But I mean, I'm sure if
I'm sure they've talked about it before.
Yeah, a lot of
that's in Jameis Winston's interview, the interviewer asked him. He goes, what could you fix on? And Jameis Winston absolutely shut the question down because he goes, it's not a joke. Everyone knows what it is. I'm not gonna stop not speak about it. Yeah. Everyone knows what I have to do wrong. Everyone knows the thing that's holding us back. And he goes, I could be the greatest QB if I just eliminate those, which he can because, he's been doing it. But I think if he gets rid of giving it to the other team, which is a very bad thing, if you don't know John Madden football, don't give it to the other team and you'll be all right. But, yeah, so that's honestly... We'll keep that for the other episode. I was just going to add that in there. But
that's your current event of the day.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, so basically, guys, this is pretty much... what we'll be doing on a weekly basis. We'll
try. Yeah.
It's not gonna be try. I would say it's not gonna be all NFL all the time. It's gonna be a lot of range of shit.
We'll have basketball.
We'll have another guy on the show probably at some point. See if we got to figure out the fucking setup.
Well, we'll need a table.
Yeah.
I said, thank God you guys are looking this way, not that way.
We have to steal a table. So.
So if you have a garage sale in the area and have a table,
hit me up. Yeah, we'll put our social medias in the fucking bio. Shit,
yeah.
Follow us if you want. That's where you'll get the updates for all the shit posted and all that.
We'll make a Twitter account and everything like that. Yeah. So, and we'll post notifications. Follow us. Turn your bell on so you can get notified.
Ding, ding.
We'll also make a YouTube channel. We don't even know what it's going to be called.
Probably Through the Whistle, something like that. TW something.
So, but like I said, follow us on socials. We'll have our personal accounts as well because while we make the account, we'll try and update you guys on our personal account as well. Most likely Twitter. I don't think I'm going to post any pictures on Instagram of this. Nobody wants to see this setup right now. So
dead ass.
don't. Please
I'm
don't.
going to do it, actually.
But yeah, that's going to be it for us. We're already at an hour and a half.
That's pretty quality.
That's
pretty meaty.
I think it was a juicy episode. Like there wasn't a time where we were just kind of just sitting there.
A lot of info, a lot of words.
So I mean that's what a podcast is.
Yep. Let us know what you think. We probably won't dive too deep into it, but if you like it, let us know because we don't care. We're doing this for fun.
Yeah.
So
if you can improve on it, let us know. But this is going to be it for right now.
If you have some shit you want us to talk about, or
give us topics. Yeah, give us ideas. Make it in the realm of us. Like, don't make it about like something that we don't know about, because then we can't make it into an hour or something like that. Give it into something that we can research and know about, and we'll do it. But that is gonna do it. This has been Through the Whistle podcast. Z, Sean, goodbye.